lights, cameras flashing, manifesting dreams untold. It's my time. I'm living how I wanna live. Don't care what you think of it. It's mine.
I'm really feeling like a no-limit soldier, walking with a dip from the lost ship on my shoulder. I really mean it, I feel it, I'm getting closer. I got dreams of seeing my cup runneth over. How dare you look me over? And I mean this shit respectfully. Now none of these niggas can fuck with me. Man, I'm a hybrid breed. Flow stream in my consciousness like an MK Ultra. Get charged up, I got 2 nines like a Joey Bosa. Okay, now that we got that clear, I'm Marshawn-Lynch with the flow, boy, you know why I'm here. Yeah, I probably should've gave this beat to Ross, but I'm like, fuck it, man, I'm trying to get a Louis scar. I am Christopher Wallace and Chevy Impalas. I am rocking the Gucci, the devil and Prada. No handout, nah, boy, you getting nada. You getting nada.
Bright lights, cameras flashing, manifesting dreams untold.
Rockstar.
It's my time. I'm living how I wanna live. Don't care what you think of it. It's mine. It's mine.
Yeah, the future of rap, tech, fashion, and culture. Somewhere between George Lucas and Willy Wonka. Somewhere between Darth Vader and Baby Yoda. We mask up if these labels better pay what they owed us. This one for the elders surviving the Rona. And all my niggas still hustling, surviving the corners. We might lose everything if we don't meet them quotas. The life of a small business owner. And niggas running out of options. So I'm working on the vision till the mission is accomplished. Getting to the money like a thief with an accomplice. Holy rock star singing death to the imposters. The last Jedi, the lost prophet. I bet I ain't touch a beat before I see a coffin. But this y'all shit been killing me softly. Ask God, get these demons off me. See my nigga.
Shallow God, you praying for me to fall while I walk on walls. This is God body, this is God dwelling in my body. You can see the shine from my eyes, probably you ain't got it. I'm anointed, my purpose big, you'll be disappointed. I wake up, thank God every morning. You niggas frauding, you stay frontin'. I'm really up early like Tom Joyner. Shh, I thought a whole nigga said something. Fuck you mean? You commentating while I'm sowing seeds. You Max Kellerman, I'm a double OG veteran. You ain't got a bow, but I'ma stand tall like I'm 7'10". Fuck you mean? I only fuck with a handful, so I'm not fucking with you, my hands full. I'm a damn fool, it's no better love. I got my face to the sky above. Gotta thank the man for the chance to love. Top down.
Bright lights, cameras flashing, manifesting dreams untold. It's my time. I'm living how I wanna live. Don't care what you think of it. It's mine. It's mine.
From lots of legendary rock bands and things that they did with their groupies. Do you feel like there's a double standard for black artists and white artists and how they entertain their groupies?
Yes, it is a double standard because America's scared of a black man's sexuality. And they only see us as brutes who can only go, hammer girl. They just can't imagine us being any other way. And that's why it was so easy for people to believe that I could do this.
Anymore. There's no real reason for you to carry a 9mm.
Don't believe that. Why? In 2 years, I've had a gun pulled on me by my limo driver, by police, by everybody. You know what I'm saying? And I better be. You know what I'm saying? I've been attacked. You ain't read the papers about these skinheads trying to blow up black churches. Why? They see me as the enemy just like y'all do. You know what I'm saying? They can come to my house and sit outside my house just like anybody else can. A skinhead. And once my life is gone, it's gone. Can't nobody give it back to me. Not the judge, not the president, not the governor, not Calvin Butts, not Jesse Jackson. They can't do nothing but come to my funeral and talk pretty about how black people suffer. You understand?
It's a reason D Wade not playing basketball no more, and it has nothing to do with his skills or his talents. It's more so because they rather promote the ideal of this lifestyle for
allegedly. We have to say allegedly.
Ain't no alleged. This is facts. Him and that girl. You know you don't like somebody. Look, that girl.
Yeah.
Nah. Him and Gabrielle Union.
Gabriel.
Yes. And I ain't gonna even lie. I did say now I see why some mothers have issues with stepmothers. Yeah. Like, girl, this not your child. So don't be enticing my child to do stuff that we don't know for a fact that you would allow your child to do. That's and what's crazy is she doesn't have, she's adopted, obviously. And so somebody raised that question. That could be why you had to go through that process, because at the end of the day, God give us children to return back to him. Like, I don't care if you agree or disagree. That is what I believe. And so with that being said, we cannot sit here and act like everything is cool with what Lil Nas X is doing. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot for women that cannot conceive children. It's a lot for women that have fertility issues. It's a lot for women that would love to have a maternity photo shoot like this, but they're struggling with so many other issues. And not only for the children's sake, it's just a lot to take in. Like, bro, we dealing with a whole pandemic. We really ain't got time for this right now. Like, we got real issues, especially in Texas. We got real issues. And you keep doing this, and then it's just like, how could y'all be mad at Boosie for wanting to say something? Like, why?
So as a black man, right, who wants to get to a level to where I can take care of like everybody,
right?
My family, my friends that have aspirations in the business. Like, I want to be able to provide a platform.
Exactly.
So my question to you is how do you combat that? Because it's like, if you say something, Boosie, they gonna get rid of your Instagram. They gonna silence you. They gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like, they gonna talk bad about you.
Like
So-
Boosie said, and Tupac said it too. There is a war on male masculinity, and it's sad. And the reason I chose that video was because this was said about 25 years ago. So for us to still be, honestly, right now we're getting to see the war on male masculinity, especially black male masculinity, at an all-time high. Because I was in the store, y'all, and they have boxers connected to sweatpants. Like, bro. Like, really? So now we about to appropriate black style that we've tried to ban. Remember, sagging was an issue in the 90s. They wanted to ban it. But I guess when they kids started doing it, it's okay. Man. So, but to combat it, it's like, to be honest, you got to try to make your child live under a rock. Like, because, and then that's my other issue too with people when they keep saying, y'all keep saying the kids get to see this. No, they don't. When I was a child and a sex scene came on the TV, my granny would either hurry up and change it or be like, close your eyes, close your ears. We don't want our kids to see anything that's sexually, because at the end of the day, especially for a person like me, I want kids to be kids. I spend so much time telling my nieces this, like, just be a kid.
The only way to combat it with your kids is they have to be isolated. Like, you can't
under a rock,
because if they go to public school, they're gonna be around their friends. Their friends gonna have phones. You know, everybody gonna have Snapchat,
and they gonna be talking
premium,
about it.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, everybody gonna be talking. Oh, well, I want to be included, or I don't want to be left out. And then, that's a gateway. You know what I'm saying? So.
And that's what the real thing is. Ironically, for our past, we had to deal with the influence of drugs. Like, remember that we had the commercial, stay above the influence. It was drugs for us. They was like, hey, we came right out the 80s.
But hold on, though, because we was at the very beginning of this social media era.
Yeah.
Our generation.
Yeah.
So we had, like, the MySpaces and, like, the Black Planets.
I
and
miss
all that
MySpace, too.
You know what I'm saying? So we had to deal with the new shit, like the newness of that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, people was hooking up back then offline. That's where it started at. You know what I'm saying? So,
and now we can't get away from it.
You feel me?
But we're going to slide right into the Texas Trombone decided to let Texas voters know about the restrictions, bills, and new laws. And what does it include? As you guys see, we have a clip there. It's a ban on drive-through voting, new regulations for early voting hours, including a ban on 24-hour voting, a ban on unsolicited distributions of applications to vote by mail, new ID requirements for voting by mail, enhanced access for partitions, poll watchers at voting sites.
I didn't know anything about this.
So, y'all, this is my thing, though. I wanted to talk about the voting rights a little bit in Texas, because if you're in Texas, we've been experiencing a lot of new laws and regulations. And I think this summer we got to see that if you're not over, you have to be 21 years old in the state of Texas, down the strip. You have to be 21 years old down in the state of Texas to buy tobacco. And it's just like, to every 18 and something year old that was saying my vote don't count, it's all about, no, this is why you need to vote, because they will take your rights from you. When you do not vote, when you opt out of voting, they will find a way to take your rights from you. And now you have 18-year-olds that can vote but cannot buy cigarettes, 18-year-olds that can vote but cannot strip at a strip club. And now we also have this new law that we're dealing with where you cannot get an abortion after 6 weeks of pregnancy. And I personally, I'm pro-choice. I just don't think that's fair, because like I was saying to someone else, most women do not know they're pregnant until their missed cycle, which is typically the second one. Because the first one you're spotting, so you just assume, oh, it's just a light day. That's what actually I ain't gonna even say assume. You kind of be excited about it. You're like, great, I don't gotta have a full period this month. Like, oh God. Like, you're like, okay, perfect. And then that second month, when it don't come at all, that's when you say, okay, damn. But guess what? At 2 months, that's 8 weeks.
You already passed the
you already passed the deadline, which is 6 weeks. No, most women, and I hate to say it like this, but that's why there's a show called I Didn't Know I Was Pregnant. A lot of times, some women don't even know they're pregnant until about 3 months. And these are facts. Like, and it's not because their lifestyle or anything like that, but it's just a realization of life has a lot going on, and a lot of things can make your menstrual irregular, and that could create the ideal that even when you probably think you are pregnant, that you may not be. And I've also had friends that have taken pregnancy tests and it said they were not pregnant, but only went to the doctor later, maybe a few weeks later, because they kind of was like, okay, still not feeling right, I'm feeling weird. They found out they were pregnant. So I just don't think it's fair. Like, where do you stand on that?
We have to stop Hot Wheels. We have to stop Governor Hot Wheels. We have to get out there. We got to vote. We have to make change, man. And
definitely,
because this, you can't regulate a woman's body.
You shouldn't be able to.
You shouldn't be able to. And it should be their choice to be able to do it. And I don't think this is right at all. So
right.
But I actually didn't know anything about like the voting restrictions. So,
oh, really?
Yeah, so I thought that was a good
news you can use. No. But and then to kind of dive further into the abortion thing, I've had a lot of my homeboys say, it's almost the same as if a man said he didn't want the baby. What's the difference when a woman just goes forward and does have the baby? What are your views on that? Like, if you got your girl pregnant, but you knew, like, okay, I'm not ready for this, but her thing was, but I am. Who's right and wrong in that situation?
I mean, so my thing is, as a man, we have to take full responsibility for your actions. So if you didn't want that action, you shouldn't have been in that action. Or if you were going to do it, you should have at least tried to, So at that point, you're at the mercy of the woman. So at the
that's a good way to put it.
So
the mercy of the woman.
So I always say, if you don't want that type of situation, you need
Protect
to put a hat
yourself.
on. Put a hat on and put 2-3 hats on. You know what I'm saying? But you can't give that type of power to her because they're gonna cater to her at the end of the day. So, but yeah, that's my thoughts on it. If it's up to her because she has to go through with it.
It really, really, really sucks. Calvin said he has a comment. I want to know, Calvin, what are your thoughts?
You need a mic, Calvin.
Right, he's coming to the mic, y'all. Okay, is there a difference between pleasure and reproduction?
If there isn't, and what you said is accurate, if there is, if you're not having sex to reproduce,
which is what we should be doing.
For pleasure, reproduction happens, you have to be open to understand what the guy's saying.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm just here for pleasure. I ain't here to
reproduce.
Yeah, nah, for sure.
But if they're one and the same,
yeah,
then there is no.
No,
okay.
I understand the mindset.
I'm with you.
Okay, but repeat what he said so those at home can also. Okay,
well,
what he was saying was, if it's for pleasure or reproduction, that should be understood. Because if it's for pleasure, and make sure I'm right, Calvin, if it's for pleasure, you should not object to anything that happens in a reproductive stage.
Right.
But if it's for reproduction, we shouldn't even have the conversation because we knew what we were doing this for.
Right.
And as the Bible says, that's honestly the reason is for sex is to be fruitful. So there should be no objections. But we're going to take a break, you guys. Check out this place that I tried and make sure you stop by and tell them that Catherine sent you. We'll be back with more with a conversation versus controversy. Hey, I wanted to share this blue spot I found in Duncanville. It was established in 2019, but I just found out about it, and it's actually right across the street from me. It's located at 111 South Cedar Ridge Drive, Suite 135. I love the ambiance. They actually have a point system so you can keep track of your orders that you've made. And if you're trying to kick off a health journey, this would be the place to start. So make sure you guys go and check them out and tell them I sent you.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all. So we're back with a conversation versus controversy. And this next segment is I know you fucking lying. Like, I know you lying.
Oh,
like,
man.
I know, right? So in this segment of the show, as things are provided to me on Facebook, I like to kind of discuss it. So this week, we're going to be discussing this text thread between, it seems to be the mother and the father. And she says, hey, did you pick Lil J from school? He said, yeah, dropping him off home right now. She said, why didn't you get Howard the same time? He said, Howard isn't my son. Just wanted to give my son a ride. This is what got me, y'all know. He said, Howard isn't my son. Just wanted to give my son a ride in my new car. She put, you can't pick up Lil J and leave his brother behind. You that selfish to kids? He said, and this is, stand your ground, King.
Yeah.
He said, listen, Let me get my father and son time with giving my son a ride.
And I feel them. That ain't my seed, bitch.
So here's some of the comments from Facebook when we posted it earlier, you guys. And as you guys can see, we had some people saying stuff.
Yeah.
So J.R. Jones said, shit, if Howard older than Lil J and they preteens or teens, that the fuck I'ma pick up Howard for? I'm chilling with my son.
Yeah,
and then he put, because he wanted to play devil's advocate. He said, on the other hand, if they truly kids and Lil J the big bro and they walk home or something like that, then yeah, he wrong. Yeah. So what you think? Because we're gonna read everybody else's comments. But I want to know.
I'm with the dad. You know what I'm saying? I'm there to pick up my son. You know, I'm a do what I do with my son. You know, that's your seed. You should have made sure he had a ride home.
But
you know what I'm
I'm gonna interject because I gotta play devil's advocate too.
I feel it.
The communication is all the way off.
Okay.
Because
I feel that.
Why she don't know that he got his son?
Right.
That was the first question. Yeah. Like, that's cool, bro. Because guess what? If that's what you wanted to do, just tell me.
Yeah.
And that way I know. And then too, and I'm gonna say this. I done been in some lines to pick up kids. Sis should have been pissed, as I'm sure she was, if she waited on her son, Lil J, to come out of school, and they said, "Oh, his dad already picked him up."
Yep.
So I've been waiting on her for 30 minutes.
Yeah, I feel that.
Look,
I'm just being funny though. But if they kids, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, go ahead.
Right. If
it's
like a 7 and 8 year old, come on now, bro.
But you know, if he's 17, you know what I'm saying, and his voice deeper than mine, yeah, bro, you can walk. You know what I'm saying?
Look, and then so Natasha said, with the information given, I'm siding with the dad. And I feel Tasha on that, but Jasmine also went back and said, I don't know if they are at different schools, but it seems a little bit petty, however, whatever. And so J.R. Jones said, men and women just think different. It's circumstantial situations though. Yeah. And I agree. And that's why the next show, y'all, I really want to invite whoever wants to come, because I want to do like a battle of the sexes, because I would like to address double standards on where they started and where they are now. We kind of talked about it a little bit in the last show when a girl proposed to the man, but I definitely want to continue the conversation of double standards, and I want a room full of men and women that can really express where they would be coming from with the new age double standards. Now, what's going on here, y'all? I don't even know. I don't know. But I'm here for it.
Yeah,
I'm here for it, though. They look happy. They look in love. And Jay said, "Will you marry me?"
So how do you? So like for
what
anybody
is this classified as?
Yeah, how do you define this?
Somebody said, and I forgot to attach the comments, but someone said that this is what transgender really is and what it represents. And I'm like, I ain't gonna lie, that kind of confused me, because I was like, I thought transgender was when you change your gender, but I guess that would be this, because they changed their genders. But this is where I'm confused. Is this gay? Because it's a man with a woman still. It's just that the woman is the man and the man is the woman. So
yeah, I'm lost.
But I'm happy for them. They look so happy. They look so happy together.
Yeah. I'm
so here for it. But look at the man face on the bed. That was what got me. I was like, yeah, bro, it'd be like that.
I don't know
You
how.
be like, damn, they got love and I'm still out here. Look, is there a heart in the house tonight? Look.
I'm not sure how to define it.
No,
they
for
look
real.
Happy. Congratulations to them.
Oh God, congratulations to them. So you guys, we're gonna play another video for my boy Camp, and we'll be back with the conversation of who dominated this weekend. Was it Dondra or was it Certified Lover Boy? Hey. So keep it locked.
Yeah, baby, can we float away? Yeah, ooh, I just like rolling with you. Yeah, now baby, can we get so high? Ooh, I just like rolling with you. Yeah. Hold on, green light, red light. You love me, yeah, right? Yeah. All I wanna do, hit the road with you. Got the top down of the city lights. What you in the mood for tonight? Is this a V-Log kind of night? Do you wanna hit KOD, blow a little tree before we get loud for the night? I'm old school, girl, you know. I get out, open doors. We might get the club drinks. Nah, what you want? We might pay a girl rent today. Look, we saved a happy home. Now they jealous of the kid, but they don't really even know.
My swing by the crib, keep it kosher when I roll through. Never seen a nigga like me, I'ma show you. Several ride by, I might flow through. Paint dripping slow, suicide on my dog.
Baby, can we float away? Yeah. Ooh, I just like rolling with you. Yeah. Yeah. Now, baby, can we get so high? Ooh, I just like rolling with you. Yeah. Yeah.
Green light, red light. I just wanna get right. Gone in the zone, cause it's known in a minute, day and night. If they hit right, they're right. Right, live right, and I'm there like. Hoping that you're ready for the best night. Baby, you the best addition to my sex life. Girl, you gon' have me looking for you in the next life. Just give me everything I ever wanted, baby, I still need you. Like my cell phone, keys and wallet, I can never leave you. Go upstairs, get sexy, girl, take all the time you need to. I just wanna feed you, bring you back and freak you.
Baby, can we float away? We can make love all day. You always got a spot in my palm. I do anything you say.
Baby, can we float away? Yeah. Ooh, I just like rolling with you. Yeah. Yeah. Now, baby, can we get so high? Ooh, I just like rolling with you. Yeah. Yeah.
I done came down, now they swing when I swarm. Got my top down in my lane, don't come. On my purple coupe, rolling loud in my lung. I-45 headed south, Jimmy. Boy, got my old lady on my side. Anytime I call her, she always down the ride. I can see it when I look into her eyes. She ain't seen it like this.
Ain't like this around. Ain't like this around.
All right, you guys, welcome back to A Conversation versus Controversy. I'm your host, Catherine Williams. I got my boy Campion Bond with me, and that was him that you heard. Yep. Make sure y'all check him out. And where can they find your music, Camp?
So look, you can stream it all streaming services. Camp Bond on everything.
Spotify.
But that song, if you watch All American season 3 episode 12, that song is in that episode. Go on there, stream the episode. I get paid. Thank you.
And we pay bills, so come on now. Look,
you feel me?
No. But as planned and as discussed and promised, we were going to be talking about Donda and Certified Lover Boy. Yeah. I don't know who y'all was riding with, but I'm not gonna lie, Drake won for me. Drake won for me. I was expecting. See, I ain't gonna lie, I like Kanye, but I don't love Kanye.
This is gonna be interesting.
And I fell in love with Life of Pablo Kanye.
Okay.
That's my favorite Kanye album, which I know a lot of Kanye fans probably like, oh, nah, you ain't heard. But that was the album that did it for me. Yeah. It was really spiritual for me. And I got some of that same stuff from Donda, but I didn't get enough of it. And he had a lot of extra stuff that I didn't really care for.
So I'm gonna say this, and you are talking to probably the biggest Ye fan.
Remember I told you that one time you sent me that song.
Yeah.
Cam sent me a song I did not know it was him, and I was like, it sounds like a knockoff Kanye West.
Yeah, she did tell me I sound like a knockoff Kanye, but yeah. So as far as the two albums, I don't really like to compare them.
Yeah, you can't compare artistic skills.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But to me, I felt like Ye was able to do something that he hasn't done before.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is a gospel project, even though he has done a gospel album, but this type of project I felt like was different. And
Okay.
like the stuff I heard from Drake was, you know, like typical Drake to me. You know what I'm saying? So like he can do what he do, like he does it well. You know, he the best in the game at it. But I felt like with Ye, he brought something different.
I guess that's why my argument is I didn't feel like either of them brought much different.
So for me, it wasn't Ye's best work.
Exactly.
It wasn't Drake's best work either.
Right. You know what it left me feeling like? Remember when we waited that whole like about what 5 or 6 years for Wayne?
Yeah.
And that's what that felt like. Like
yeah.
I'm riding with you because it's Wayne, but it's kind of like, come on, bro, we waited for this. Like,
but I feel like Ye was still able to do something that for me I hadn't seen him do before. But Drake had some slaps though. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like it was a song, like the song you got with Tim's on there. That was cold.
Like I got my list.
Yeah, you got it. Like I see you got TSU on here. I like
my
TSU.
fave from Donda though. We're gonna start with Donda is
ahead.
Lord I Need You, Praise God, and Believe What I Say which was the Lauryn Hill sample.
Yeah.
I love the Lauryn Hill samples. Drake did one of his last album. Yeah. So those samples are always gonna go down as like historic for me.
Yeah, for me I had Jail on there.
See, but I'm gonna say this. I feel that Kanye West kind of was already showing us that he was going a gospel route because although he hadn't made music during the quarantine, he did a lot of gospel and church services online. Yeah. And so I felt like that in its totality was our snippet of the direction he was going in.
So one thing I say about his album too is that he really low key kind of took like a DJ Khaled approach to this. And like what I mean by that is like
that Kirk Franklin.
Yeah, he's not even like he's not doing a lot of artistry on there. He's really just producing it. You know what I'm saying? From all the way, you know. So
and I'm gonna say this, as a producer, wouldn't that be a smart transition though? Because we know you can't rap forever.
Yeah.
So
I mean, but you honestly can. If you you can rap until you 80 if you felt like it. You know what I'm saying?
That's a Ye stance. So we're gonna see about that because Jay-Z is still Jay-Z about 50.
Yeah.
But Jay-Z relies heavily on Beyonce to sell ticket sales for concerts. So yeah.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. But let's talk about Certified Lover Boy.
Okay.
Yo, the fact that dudes already start getting his haircut is beyond me.
Hold on, bro. Do you have any pictures?
I couldn't.
It's pictures
I
all over
circled them, and then I could not find them when I went back, y'all.
Dudes getting
Then
the
you
heart.
saw the dude that messed up the heart, like,
yeah.
bruh, that ain't it. But some of my favorites from Certified Lover Boy, of course, is Champagne Poetry in the Bible, which is Dirk. Yo, every woman loves Dirk right now because he keeps plugging the hell out of India. Any chance he gets, he plugs her. He's just that dude. Like him and Moneybagg Yo, they really really stepping up the game on how to romanticize a woman, even though you're a hip hop artist. But of course, y'all, I said in the Bible, right? Love All, TSU, because one time for Texas, Fair Trade, Way Too Sexy, which we knew was gonna be a hit. Knife Talk, and I Miss You Too. Yeah. So those are like
that's a solid list. I would add 7 a.m. on Bridal because that's the track that he dissed Ye on.
Yeah.
That was hard. And then, like I said, the track he got with Tim's, I think it's called Fountains.
Yeah,
that was hard too. You know, it's like a reggaeton type joint.
But see, that's my only thing with Drake. Drake is a culture appropriator to me. That nigga gonna appropriate somebody culture. He done did the Jamaican culture, the New Orleans culture.
But he gonna hit that hoe.
He is,
go hard.
And I think that's what takes him so long to create the work is because he dissects the culture first before he says, "Okay, I'm gonna exploit it." Like, but he will exploit someone's culture. And the memes I've been seeing, they was like Drake want to be from Texas so bad. Man. Drake think he from Houston, y'all. Like, oh God, and I'm just like, but Drake, I love you, but calm down, bro. But shout out to Drake because not only did he give Houston a shout out, but he gave the little cities in Texas a shout out.
Oh, yeah, he gave Dallas a shout out too. You know,
he definitely said
Austin, San Antonio.
He said Marshall. He said, I'm like, what? Drake,
shout out
let
Michael
me find
Watts.
out.
You know what I'm saying?
Look, Drake knows something. He knows something about Texas. So let's get to who really won with the numbers. Because Jay-Z said it this: men lie, women lie, but numbers don't.
In this case, they do.
They don't.
No, they do lie. No, wait.
This man, how they lying?
Hold on,
okay, come on.
Tell you. For one, you have to look at the cycle. So they count the numbers from a certain day. So I'm trying to remember. I think Ye only had like 2 days worth of sales for a week.
Are you talking about like a fiscal calendar?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then also too, I already knew Drake was gonna outsell Ye. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just like he's the biggest in the world. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't looking. Yeah, I wasn't looking at
Drake.
I wasn't looking at him to outsell him because I didn't think he was gonna outsell him. But I feel like when they reported the numbers, like he only had like 2, maybe 3 days worth of sales. So
Okay. So I honestly did not expect Drake to outsell Kanye. And I'm going to say this. Kanye West, although we may have not have seen it as promotional work, he did a lot of promoting this album.
Yeah, he did.
He did a lot of behind the scenes stuff. He did a lot of shows. He did a lot of great marketing. Him and Kim's whole divorce ploy, that was marketing.
Boy rented the stadium.
Do you hear me? He did a lot of, even then during the pandemic, that was my thing. I felt like his promotion for it did not just start these last few months. He's been promoting this album for about 2 years since the pandemic started. And then the fact that it was a dedication to his mom, I think that that's something we've all been waiting for him to kind of heal from, because that's something that we always kind of give him that, crutch of saying, we give him that pass because we's like, well, his mama. Mine just been years, but we always want to help somebody out by saying, well, his mama and so. That's why I was rooting more so for Kanye, because I did expect the same rhetoric from Drake. Drake, like you said, Drake is the dude. Drake is Champagne Papi. Drake can have any woman, single or married. Like, those are facts. Yep. And so it's like, you got Champagne Papi, you got Ye, but you got Ye as a dope artist who creates everything. Like, he's almost like the Prince of rap. He creates the entire song, the melody, everything. So that's kind of why I was going from.
It's a reason why, though, Drake is flying to Wyoming to meet with Kanye.
Why?
Well, I'm saying because Drake looks up to Kanye. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, like, Ye made the sound, and then people, like, everybody after, I think it was 808s and Heartbreak, everybody after that album, it's like sons of Kanye. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Or, like, offshoots of Kanye. So his impact on the game, like,
well, we definitely know it's there. I mean, it's Kanye. And then how he came in, like, Kanye came in so brutally honest with music. And again, that's why I'm saying this album is not nothing we haven't seen. He was the first artist that actually talked about God and Jesus with Jesus Walk. Yeah. And that was a #1 song for a very long time. And so that's what my thing was. I don't see too much of any difference, but I guess where we are in time is not really much art that you can really create.
I have a question for you though.
Okay.
I don't know if you have like the cover of Calvin for Certified Lover Boy, but can you put that up? And I want to ask you what you with think
the baby mamas?
Yeah, with all of the babies on there. What did you think of that?
He's a certified lover boy. He's spreading the love.
I mean, do you think it had some sort of meaning? Because I've seen like super fans of Drake say it had a meaning. He was supposed to drop in January, but
it dropped 9 months later.
It dropped 9 months later. You know, so I heard all that. So what did you think about that?
I think one thing we do know is Drake is very petty.
Yeah.
Because we saw that with him and Meek Mill's issue, and I think when Drake, like you said, Drake is not an artist that shies away from going against the people that he is inspired by. He does it all the time to Wayne and Nicki. He tells them, he glorifies them in the same breath that he'll let them know, like, I still take you out, though, because I'm still Drake.
One of the things I like about Drake, though, is that, like, everything, like, I wouldn't say everything he do, but, like, his covers for his albums, they've been, like, one of his major
selling
promo
points,
pieces. You know what I'm saying?
Because they turn into memes.
Yeah, exactly.
How do you do it, Drake?
Exactly.
Like, how do you turn your album covers into memes?
Like, literally every album.
And then all the quotes. Like, I have a list of all the quotes from songs. I actually used a lot of them this weekend for my birthday, y'all. Like, hey, I'm trying to, I got all the Drake quotes, and I'm just ready. Do you hear me? And that's something, too, that I wish a lot of artists knew, especially indie artists. And Cardi B actually said it on that show, Rhythm and Flow, I think that was the name of it, is as a rapper now, you have to be able to make music that people want to quote on Instagram, because that is where we pull our captions from. So if you just rapping and anybody ever use your stuff as a quote, go back to the drawing board.
Facts.
No, but we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to dive into our topic. What are you willing to sacrifice for love and your business and everything in your life to have some happiness and peace to it? So keep it locked, y'all, because when we get back, we're jumping into our main topic. All right, you guys, and we're back with more from Young Pootie. So, Pootie, another question I had for you was, what artists that are out now help inspire or mold your career? Like,
I want to say that.
All right, you guys, we're back with a conversation versus controversy. I'm your host, Catherine Williams, and make sure you guys are following me on Instagram at the Catherine Williams, and also follow my business page at TCWE_stylist, along with the C3 Hair Sanctuary. And make sure you guys are following me on Snapchat at the Catherine Williams, along with Facebook at the Catherine Williams. Camp, where can people find you?
You can find me everywhere. Camp_Bond on everything. You can follow BlexENT at BlexENT on everything.
And what does Blex mean?
Blex stood for Black and Mexican at the time, but now it's 100% Black owned, so it's just Black right now. So I just decided to keep.
We some Black some Black Mexicans in Texas. That's what it stands for.
You feel me? But yeah, you can follow me on all those platforms.
Right, and make sure you guys are following our Blex page. This is where the show will be live every Tuesday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Yep. And I also want to give a shout out to my engineer/producer, Mr. Calvin. He's on the soundboard. Hey. He tapped in earlier tonight with the conversation. But we want to always make sure that we thank you guys for supporting and showing love to the show. I love feedback. Last week we missed last week, but 2 weeks ago we had some feedback. I appreciate the feedback. I love it. I love it. I love it. Continue the feedback, because that's what we need to grow. We obviously want to grow here at Blex, so continue with the feedback. And if you want to donate to the show, it should be in the description. So bless you, girl.
And I'm gonna add one more thing. Here in Nice DFW is the studio. If you need your podcast film booked, or if you just want to record it, make sure you email me, info@blexent.com. We can get you scheduled.
All right, you guys. So let's jump into our topic. What are you willing to sacrifice for peace and happiness in life, business, and love? What's more important in this balance? And I want to jump it off by asking Camp, because you're obviously a businessman, you're a father. Yeah.
Man, you put me on the spot.
Got to, because he a boss, y'all.
Why don't you go first? You go first.
Okay, I go first. I said, honestly, probably when I was younger, I was definitely willing to sacrifice like business and stuff like that for love, because, and Beyonce kind of touched base on that, when you're little girls, I hate that it's always the notion of we're growing up to be mothers and wives, and the question is that conversation ever had with men? Because as a little girl, it's a fantasy to grow up to be a wife and a mother. And we were. And so for me, I've always been in a position where I would sacrifice my businesses and my life for love. And so now that I'm 33, I'm not doing that no more. I'm not doing that no more. I'm not sacrificing nothing. If I cannot create a balance for all of these things to fit into my life, then I don't think that they fit my life. And that's kind of where I'm standing at on that. What about you, Camp?
Well, so I have a question about that then.
Okay, come on.
So basically what you're saying is that you made these sacrifices previously.
Yes, I have.
But now you're not willing to sacrifice for anything other than peace and happiness.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I would like my peace and my happiness at all costs.
Because I believe that, you know, peace and happiness come first. Like,
true.
Over everything, to be real. And that includes family. Like, you have to be happy and content within yourself.
True.
Because you can't even be the person that you need to be for your family if you're not that person.
And you can't offer them your best self.
You know what I mean? So the answer for me is everything. Because
Okay.
you have to sacrifice whatever you need to sacrifice to make
Right.
sure that you're peaceful and you're happy.
But what are those sacrifices? Okay, let's say for you, how do you create the balance between work and home in your love life? Like,
Man, like, I don't know.
I'm sorry, that look like it stressed my friend out.
It is rough. It's rough. I'm not even gonna lie to you, like, because if you're not where you want to be,
true,
you're gonna have to sacrifice time in those areas, and you're gonna have to keep pushing. But I guess the goal is to find somebody, if you haven't gotten to that point, to find somebody who will push you and like support you in that, and
True.
and sees like the bigger vision. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
outside of that, yeah, it's stressful. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's rough.
I ain't gonna lie, it is stressful. And like, this is something that me and my friends talk about a lot. It's like, what is the issue with finding a person that helps keep that balance? Because like a lot of times with me, when I'm single, I can always create my own balances because obviously I have no kids and it's just me. So I only have to worry about me and my stuff. So my finances be in order, you know, my love life would be, but everything else would be working for me. And it's like, I can never create the balance to where that fits the equation. And so it's hard because I run into a lot of people that have the success, and their thing is, if they could trade anything, they would have probably looked more for the love life because they don't have that, and they feel alone, or they're missing out on companionship. And then, you know, like, look at the ladies from Housewives of Atlanta. All of them have acquired some success, but now the goal is to find this man. Like, it's like, okay, how do I find a man? How do I find a man? And I don't want to be that person. Like, I don't want to be that person.
So
Like,
I think for y'all, and when I say y'all, I mean women.
Women, right.
You have to make a choice.
Right.
And you have to say, I'm either gonna sacrifice my career or I'm gonna sacrifice my love life. And it's
That is
unfortunate.
so not fair.
Yeah, it's not. Because us as men, like,
Can have it all.
Yeah, we can really do everything. You know what I'm saying? But for y'all, it's kind of like, oh, okay, well, I want the family, I want the house with the picket fence, I want all that. You're gonna have to, you know, sacrifice a career or maybe not
And
do
these are
something that
facts.
you want to do.
And I'll give you a backing with that. When I worked at Home Depot, a lot of the men were on the fast track to becoming store managers. A lot of the women, we were kind of on a slow propelling track. And the manager, he was very blunt. And his thing was, that's because y'all have so many complications. And we was like, what? Like, 'cause, you know, we got offended. But his thing was, you know, because you can get pregnant. And if you get pregnant, you're not going to choose this job's needs over your child's need. And that is where the reality really is set in, where Camp just said, you know, we don't get the choice to choose or sacrifice family, because that's just not something that it really is ideal for a woman. Because just think about it. If a woman was just like, I just don't got time for my kids, I have to go to work, they are going to label you as a bad mother. Like, you're like, she is a terrible mother. But if a man does and says the same thing, it's like, well, he has to provide. He has to be the one that's taking care of the family. Right. And it's like a twisted dynamic, because now we live in this day and age where everyone's a provider. It's not just the man. The woman has to bring her 50-50. The man got to bring his 50-50. But then you're still telling me I got to sacrifice the career. I have to sacrifice the traveling. I have to sacrifice having a life. That's really what you're saying. To live and live freely and be at peace at all times and have a real happiness, I have to sacrifice either my family or I have to sacrifice the business, because I won't have time for the family. And I just don't think that's fair. We would love to hear from you guys at home. Of course, you guys, we are live, but because it's hard trying to get your comments posted and all that other stuff, we'll just bring it up in the conversation online. But I do have some people in the audience. I'm sorry. in the studio, baby. We getting there. We about to be Wendy Williams because, baby, I'm like the audience. Look, Calvin, we on our way, okay?
Yeah, for sure.
But I would like to hear from Calvin, and one of my best friends showed up, Marlon. I would like to know from you guys, you know, what are you willing to sacrifice for peace and happiness in love, business, and life? Like, what are those things? And then too, with you, Camp, like, what are some sacrifices you've had to make in life when it came to love now?
Oh, you want me to go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think the major thing for me is time with my children.
Right. Because you can't get it back.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like I have a 13-year-old and he literally like just sprouted up like out of nowhere. And
they grow fast, man.
I also have a 4-year-old. He's about to be 5. And I don't know, man, like the time is just blown by. You feel me? And when your head down and you working, or you trying to get somewhere, you miss it. You know what I'm saying? And now before you know it, you know, they're gonna be graduating school and all that type of stuff. So for me, you know, I just try to make like a conscious effort to spend time, to spend that time, but then also, you know, make sure that I don't lose sight of the goal. You know what I'm saying? Because for me, like, I have to be willing to die for what we trying to build, and that's what I'm on. You know what I'm saying?
Because you leaving a legacy, and that's what a lot of people miss. I run into so many kids that, you know, they see that their parents work really, really hard, but you know what their thing is? I just wish they had more time with us. Yep. I wish we could do more stuff together. Yep. And so that's what make you feel guilty as a parent, because then you're like, damn, I'm doing this for you.
It's a lose-lose.
It is.
You cannot have that, you know, and then be broke or, you know, whatever.
Exactly.
And, you know,
struggle. And then you got all the time in the world to spend with your family.
You know what I mean?
But then you got the nagging woman, you got the kids. We want to go outside. We want to get, fidgets. And then you like, but we don't got no money because you don't want daddy to work. Or I want daddy to be here with y'all. Like, I'm just saying. So, Marlon, you have some feedback you would like to give? If you talk loud enough, they could.
I just feel like people have to be more practical in their decisions and how they move in their life.
Right. Right. Come to the mic and explain what you mean. Come to the green mic and explain what you mean by being practical, though, because that's something too. I think I try to do is be practical, but when we're being realistic, it's sometimes hard. So explain what you mean by being practical in their decisions.
I mean, basically when I say that, I mean, like, if you think something ain't working, I mean, it ain't working. A lot of us like pushing into relationships and they wasn't working from the start.
Right.
And like I said, I feel like you got to make a more practical decision and be like, hey, why am I even in this? You know what I'm talking about? Because then you create these situations. You create these situations for yourself or whatever. To where, I mean, it's just problems. So you carry them problems into your next relationship.
Okay.
It ain't a really.
Know yourself.
Yeah, know yourself and what your limits are and what you can maintain. Calvin, did you want to add to that? Okay. Calvin said nah, because but I do want to touch base with the whole thing of what Camp was kind of going to, and I was saying, why in my relationships it came down to sacrificing friendships and stuff like that. And so that was what, to me, I've learned that I probably wouldn't do. And that's why I said, if it doesn't fit into what I already have going, it's like a combination of what Marlon and Cam said. If it don't fit what I know about myself, then I just can't do it no more, because it may bring happiness and the peace in that moment, but it doesn't bring the longevity of happiness and peace.
So you're saying that if you could go back, you would sacrifice the friendships? Is that what you're saying?
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't, because, you know, I feel like, and I guess if we was to get personal, I feel like that's kind of where I disconnected a lot with Blex, and I didn't get to do a lot of stuff that I want to do as far as supporting, you know, Blex, because when me and Camp first started, y'all, we was hot. Like, we was hot. I mean, I probably got on his girl nerve because I always had ideas. And I'm like, this is the man that's going to take the idea to the next level. Oh, Jasmine said, wasted time and you can't get it back. Oh, God, you cannot get it back. And that's why it's I think now at 30, it's like, girl, don't sacrifice nothing because they won't.
So you're saying sacrificing friendships for love?
It's something that I have done.
Okay.
Yeah, it's something I have done, because in my mind, okay, we got Kia. If it don't fit, you must quit.
Because I was thinking,
no, for real.
I was thinking you were saying sacrificing
love for friendships.
No, sacrificing friendships to try to get to the ultimate goal. So
that's that's definitely. I mean, but sometimes it happens like that too. Sometimes some friends, and you know, I think I learned that from acrimony. Everybody's not going to go to the next level with you, and you have to be okay with that, and they have to understand that. Man. You know,
one thing that I'm thankful for is that I learned it early.
Look, see, and everybody don't.
And for me, if you can't add value to what I'm doing,
you got to move
respectfully.
Around.
You know, I gotta bounce, and it's not nothing personal. You know, we still kick it. You know, we can go get a drink, but when I'm doing it, when I'm doing this, you know, I'm doing this. So
two different vibes.
I didn't lost a lot of people, man, and I don't regret it at all.
And you will continue to lose them because, and I always tell Count this, like I see it, I see what I imagine he sees for Blex, and that's why I'm gonna ride this, and I'm. No, but you guys, we're gonna go ahead and close up the show with our motivational moment. This is a quote from Elon Musk, right? Calvin had to tell me who this man was, y'all. He said, if you give yourself 30 days to clean your home, it will take you 30 days. But if you give yourself 3 hours, it will take you 3 hours. The same applies to your goals, ambitions, and potential. Keep that in mind, you guys. As we finish this week strong, keep that in mind, that whatever you set out to do, you can do it, but do not give yourself long limitations. And I also want to make sure that we all are praying for the victims of Hurricane Ida and all the other natural things that we're dealing with right now as a country. I have a friend, y'all, I've been praying with him and for him. He's really going through it, as are some of my other New Orleans friends. As you guys know, I lived in New Orleans for about 2 years, in 2009 up until 2011, and I got to meet a lot of great people. And right now what they're experiencing is really almost the same as Hurricane Katrina, and it's devastating because for them it's like we going through this same thing again, and no one understands. People keep saying they should have left. That ain't always an option. When you got kids and you got a job that may need you, that's not an option, because you got to think about lugging all your stuff to either Houston, Dallas, or Atlanta, and then a storm may not happen. And that's what these people experience. Mind you, these people have been in New Orleans all their life. And then you have people that don't want to deal with the traffic. And then I'm going to say this, a lot of times they don't be... It's you never know how strong the storm is or how prepared the levees are, and that's really the realistic thing. But I do know that some of them in the east got lights, and the west, I think they're still waiting on lights from Entergy. And so we just want to keep New Orleans in our prayers. The troops that's trying to get back home from Pakistan, we want to keep them in our prayers. And any women that's kind of devastated about the new abortion law, we want to keep them in our prayers, because everybody's going through stuff. And I think I put this on my page the other day. Everybody's going through stuff. So let's stop treating people like we're the only ones. We want to keep everybody lifted. We want to keep praying for everybody, and we're going to make it through this, y'all. Vaccinated or not, we're going to make it through. So I want to thank everybody for tapping into Conversation versus Controversy. Again, I'm your host, Catherine Williams. Here's my boy, Campion Bond, and I will be back next week, and we're going to try to do a battle of the sexes. So if you are interested in being a part of the show and being here with us live, message me on Facebook, and we can make that happen.
If you want to, if you don't want to message her, you can also email me as well. info@blexent.com.
Yes.
And, I can get it over to her, make sure she see it.
Will do. But thank you guys again for tuning in. I'm your girl, the Catherine Williams, and we'll see you guys next week, same time, Tuesday at 8 p.m. Blex Network.
Peace.